Welcome to Just a Guy Bible Readings. I am Just a Guy. This is your New King James Version Bible. The reason I'm talking so fast is because we're going to jump right into me screwing up all the words in Numbers 33. Good luck. Stay tuned. Don't fall asleep. Deal. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, who went out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Now Moses wrote down the starting points of their journeys at the command of the Lord, and these are their journeys according to their starting points. They departed from Ramses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the day after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with boldness in the sight of all Egyptians. For the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn whom the Lord had killed among them. Also on their gods the Lord had executed judgments. Then the children of Israel moved from Ramses and camped at Succoth. They departed from Succoth and camped at Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. They moved from Etham and turned back to Pi Hahiroth, which is east of Baal Zephon, and they camped near Migdol. They departed from before Hiharoth and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and camped at Marah. They moved from Marah and came to Elim. At Elim were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, so they camped there. They moved from Elim and camped by the Red Sea. They moved from the Red Sea and camped in the wilderness of Sin. They journeyed from the wilderness of Sin and camped at Daphka. They departed from Daphka and camped at Ulash. They moved from Ulash and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They departed from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. They moved from the wilderness of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattava. They departed from Kibroth Hattava and camped at Hazeroth. They departed from Hazeroth and camped at Rithmah. They departed from Rithmah and camped at Rimmon Perez. They departed from Rimmon Perez and camped at Libnah. They moved from Libnah and camped at Rissa. They journeyed from Rissa and camped at Kahilatha. They went from Kahilatha and camped at Mount Shepher. They moved from Mount Shepher and camped at Heradah. They moved from Heradah and camped at Mechaloth. They moved from Mechaloth and camped at Tehath. They departed from Tehath and camped at Terah. They moved from Terah and camped at Mithkah. They went from Mithkah and camped at Heshmonah. They departed from Heshmonah and camped at Meseroth. They departed from Meseroth and camped at Ben Jacan. They moved from Ben Jacan and camped at Hor Higgedagad. They went from Hor Higgedagad and camped at Jotbathala. They moved from Jotbathala and camped at Obranah. They departed from Obranah and camped at Ezion Geber. They moved from Ezion Geber and camped at the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. They moved from Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor on the boundary of the land of Edom. Then Aaron the priest went up to Mount Hor at the command of the Lord and died. There, the 40th year after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Egypt on the first day of the 5th month, Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Hor. Now the king of Arad, the Canaanite, who dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. So they departed from Mount Hor and camped at Zalmanah. They departed from Zalmanah and camped at Punan. They departed from Punan and camped at Oboth. They departed from Oboth and camped at Ij Abiram at the border of Moab. They departed from Ijeim and camped at Dibion Gad. They moved from Dibion Gad and camped at Almon Diblathaim. They moved from Almon Diblathaim and camped at the mountains of Abrium before Nebo. They departed from the mountains of Abrium and camped at the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. They camped by the Jordan from Beth Jezimoth as far as the Abel Acacia Grove in the plains of Moab. Now the Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, When you have crossed the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, destroy all their engraved stones, destroy all their molded images, and demolish all their high places. You shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell in it, for I have given you the land to possess. And you shall divide the land by lot as an inheritance among your families. To the larger you shall give a larger inheritance, and to the smaller you shall give a smaller inheritance. There everyone's inheritance shall be whatever falls to him by lot. You shall inherit according to the tribes of your fathers. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall be that those whom you let remain shall be irritants in your eyes, and thorns in your side, and they shall harass you in the land where you dwell. Moreover, it shall be that I will do to you as I thought to do to them. So, thank you for bearing with me on that one. And we're learning the journey. I mean, we've gone with them so far, but it pretty much just sums up. Then we're here, then we're here, then we're here, then we're here. But I do find it funny that to keep the interest of the reader, at least in my opinion, that they changed how they moved. It wasn't they went here, then they went here, then they went here, then they went here. But they departed this place, and then they left for this place, and they changed up the wording on how they moved around, so I thought that was pretty cool. Stay tuned for the next reading, Numbers 34, and we are getting through Numbers, I'm telling you, like I did last time, and so we can start those a couple more smaller books, and we can get this thing moving, and we can learn so much more about God. That's what we're looking forward to, isn't it? So, share, like, comment, do all your stuff, subscribe, have fun. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell a homeless person, but get the word out. God bless you.